Hey, hey guys, this is JT with Legacy Art Games, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's been a while since I've recorded, and I apologize for that. I am kind of shocked to see that I actually have 7 subscribers who I have not been getting daily content out to, but I will be hopefully back on my feet and doing that starting today. I would like to thank you guys for subscribing. I don't do this for money. I'm just physically disabled, and this is something I can do for a hobby. And I hope along the way you guys also enjoy the games, and maybe you learn something useful if you're also playing. So with that said, if you would like to see more, please do hit subscribe. Please do like my videos. I'm not cashing in. I just appreciate the encouragement. So with that said, what's on the menu today? It's more Subnautica. And I have to admit, since the first video, this game has grown on me to the point that I play it for hours every single day. You can just totally lose yourself in this game. So, you missed quite a bit, to say the least. I have built underwater vessels. I have a small vessel, very nimble, very good for travel, especially in, very enclosed spaces. Not very good for depth. It will start buckling under the water pressure. I have a much larger submarine type vessel. It's actually so big that you can dock the smaller vessel in it, and you can build all kinds of things inside of it to make sort of a mobile base if you want to. But it needs some work before it's practical because it goes through power really quickly. I'm going to be working on getting an engine upgrade in order to have those batteries last longer. I can recharge the power cells that the submarine requires, but the problem is, if I put the power rechargers inside of the submarine, which you can do, it really, basically, it's pointless because the batteries being recharged are draining the batteries you have back in the engine, so you're basically getting nothing out of it. You have to take those cells back to your base where you can have like a bioreactor or a nuclear reactor, good power source, recharge them there, then take them back to the submarine. That's why I always carry a lot of extra power cells on board in storage. Let's see what else. We do, as I mentioned, we have an underwater base now. We do not live at the life pod, but we are starting at the life pod at beautiful dawn, as you can see, because it's a good central point from which to find really anything you could need in the game. The life pod will always be in a different location for each game, for each player. So you're not going to be exactly where I am, but you will be somewhere in the region called the Safe Shallows. And if you can hear my dog, I'm sorry about the barking. I don't know what he wants. Anyway, we are going to be aiming to do a few things today. There's a lot you haven't seen, as I said, and I'm sort of glad you didn't, because they're really spoilery, and we're probably going to get spoilery today as well. But I'm thinking maybe I'll cut that, the most spoilery part, into a separate episode. Right now, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to head for a region called the Mushroom Forest, and also right next to it, the Blood Kelp region. The reason we need to do that is to get access to 2 plants, deep shrooms and blood oil. Not only will we be collecting those, we will be collecting seeds in order to farm them back at the base so that we don't have to keep going back out here. We're going to go ahead and start with that, and later on I will think about going over to the Aurora to get the final vehicle that we can use in the game, among all kinds of other things in the Aurora. So let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, I have noticed, looking back on the videos, that there does seem to be some graphical lag with this game. I don't experience it as a player, but it does show in the videos, so I'm trying to fiddle around with the graphics so that it doesn't look bad, but you guys don't get a jumpy, laggy game. Anyway, enough jabbering by me, let's get on with it. As you can see, we are here on the escape pod, and right there under the water is our little vehicle. It's called the Sea Moth. It's the first vehicle you'll build, and it's great for lots of things. You can build upgrades for it so that it can go deeper. And one thing I would particularly recommend once you get your Sea Moth built is that you get the solar charger, because this thing will run out of power fairly quickly just running off of a power cell. But if you get that solar charger, ever since then I've never had it run out of power. So, dive in. Oh, and we also have some storage on our Sea Moth. I carry extra water in there in case I need it. And I'm going to put these in there too. Once you're in the Sea Moth, you don't need to worry about oxygen. It will refill your oxygen. So anyway, today we're going to be going just a little bit, just one tick to the west of north. Speed along here. As you can see in the lower right, it will show you your power readings for the Sea Moth, the temperature of the water, and it will also show you by the wrench, that is your hull status. You can take damage from things attacking you, like that critter right there. He will attack you if he wants. If you should take hull damage, all you have to do is get out your repair tool and just zap the ship a few times and you'll be fine. Okay, now as you see, we're getting to this area that's kind of cleared out. These are the floating islands. Ah, the phone just won't stop today. Sorry, guys. Now I have to remember what I'm doing. The floating islands are very cool, but this is not where we want to be. You have to watch for those bone sharks there too. He's down 500 meters before yeah, I think we're gonna have to take the submarine down there. I don't think we can get there on the Sea Moth. But actually, while we're here, we're gonna go into this wreckage. I didn't get to completely explore this last time, I don't think. I'm not sure. Ah. Bone shark. Just give him a nice shove back. Get lost. So the problem is, while you're inside, those bone sharks can be outside destroying the ship. As you can see, I had to kill one of them before by just running into him over and over again. As you can see, just a quick zap and we've repaired our ship. And you know, even though I hate to bring it up, I'm going to take it up a bit further before we go in there. Just to get away from those bone sharks a bit. But I will point it downwards so that the light is on the ship so we can find it. And I always carry 2 ultra high capacity oxygen tanks with me. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not sure if we can use... Yeah, we can use our rebreather. That will also help us extend our oxygen. Some parts of the ocean are irradiated and you just can't use the rebreather. You have to switch to your anti-radiation helmet. And I always bring also 2 flashlights because it's easy to get lost. Now, why am I here? Well, I am looking to see if there's a certain schematic I need in here. I can't remember if I looked through everything or not. You really, in my opinion, want to have extra oxygen when you go into these places. Especially since it can be very easy in the larger wrecks to get lost. They have no idea where you are. Okay, yeah, this is where I had to leave earlier because I just did not have enough air at the time. Now we're gonna cut a hole through this door. Boom. Data box. Ah, yes, swim charge fins. Those, if I'm not mistaken, actually charge up batteries on things you're carrying while you're swimming around. Could be handy, I guess. I prefer the fins that help you swim faster. I have those on. But hey, no complaints. Here's what we're looking for. Or actually, not this, but... well, we'll take it anyway. If you already have something, then instead of giving you a part or a schematic, it will give you some titanium. Which is okay, you always need titanium in this game. Propulsion cannon fragment, we've got that as well. By the way, we need to build that for our trip over to the Aurora, which we are going to be doing. Nice big spoilery alert. Oh, I hope he's not out there destroying my ship. Oh, I forgot, sorry. Okay, I think that might be it for that wreck. Might be. I'm gonna check on my ship. Okay. They are up there attacking it. I bet you they are. This is one place that the submarine would be great for. They aren't as given to attack the submarine, the smaller creatures. Is it damaged? I can't tell. Okay, it isn't. I can't believe they came all the way up there. Okay, I need to get my bearings here. By the way, that's a baby reef shark. If you find the big ones, they actually have deposits of minerals and, yeah, like this guy right here. He actually has mineral deposits and other things you can harvest off of his back. And they're non-aggressive. I have one that visits my base. It's very cool. I completely lost my bearings getting into that ship, but we will find our way. I want to get the heck away from these bone sharks anyway. I think I just saw a bone shark up in the air. That's frightening. Once you're here, you have reef stalkers, but they're not too bad. They will attack, but then they kind of dart away. And actually, one good tip for you, if you need to make enameled glass, you have to get a stalker's tooth. And how do you do that? Well, one way is you can drop debris like wreckage, titanium wreckage. You can drop it. They will sometimes grab it and eventually let it go. And when they do, they'll also lose a tooth. It'll fall to the ground. Another thing you can do is just run the ship right into the reef stalker, and he loses a tooth. Either way, they're difficult to find. They kind of blend in with the ocean sand, but you are going to need them, so that's good to know. I just want to stop off here for a moment to get a life pack. Good old life pod, we still use it. I say never disassemble your life pod. And let me see here 1 second, guys. Just adjusting my settings a little. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back to it. This time we will not get lost, I promise. You can see there's my modifications. Showed you that by accident, but there you go. We are mostly going to be heading west-northwest, more west than northwest. And we're looking for the mushroom forest. There are actually 2 mushroom forests. And there are also 2 blood kelp zones. So I'm going to put down a beacon once we reach the one. This is a ways out. Wonder what that's wreckage of. Scanner room, we have that, I think. Yep, but titanium, useful. And we're gonna want to keep heading in this direction. These purple fish, by the way, early on, they are going to be your source of water, and water is much harder to come by than food. I'd urge you to learn about farming. And by farming, I don't mean just repeatedly gathering, I mean actual farming. We collect seeds and things of that nature. Okay, here's the mushroom forest, and there are dangerous things in here. There are, let's see, crab squids, which can tear your vehicle apart. And there are warpers, and those guys, as the name suggests, have the power to warp around, and they can also warp you right out of the sea moth, which can really wig the hell out of you. So for now, we are not going to go straight in. We're just going to go around the sides. And by the way, while I'm at it, I do want to mention that I've gotten a lot of useful tips from fellow YouTuber Chemical Ape. His channel is great if you want to learn things about Subnautica, which I do not cover. I'm going to try and cover things a little more one at a time in the future, but for now we're just adventuring. And we're doing so with great care. That right there is salt. You want to collect salt when you can. You need it to make bleach for better water bottles, and you also need it to cure fish. If you cure a bunch of fish, then you can pretty much take them anywhere. They'll never go bad. And what am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for the borderline between the forest and the blood kelp zone. This whole area is kind of a circle, so you follow it around, eventually you'll find your way to the right place. If I don't run into a wall so many times that I just end up getting myself destroyed. Oh, am I lost again? I promised I wouldn't get lost. Don't look like an absolute fraud. Well, you see, this is what it's like venturing under the ocean. It's terrifying. Here we are. This is where we want to be. I'm looking for a particular spot, which is right here. So, oh, there's a warper. Hello, friend. I don't need to mess with you. You just go away. Warp away. Thank you. Let's see, we are going to set up a buoy at this location so that we can make it easier to find later. I recommend you do this for all of your gathering spots. Buoys are so helpful. So I will release it. And then I'm going to edit beacon name to shroom 1 slash bee kelp slash deep slash oil. So that's the first mushroom forest, first blood kelp area, deep shrooms and oil. I'll remember that. You can name it something more graceful. We'll go back in for a moment. That warper is not going to leave. Drink some water here. I always carry extra water aboard the sea moth, by the way. And there are both of our resources, the blood oil and the deep mushrooms. We're gonna set our scanner back up. Where are you? Oh, damn you. But I've never scanned you, so you just hold still. Yeah, leave. Ooh, hello, we need med pack. Okay, let's get this done before he kills us. Not only are we going to collect those, we are going to scan them. Oh, really, warper? Okay, I'm going back to my ship to get another kit. I hope I have one. I probably don't. Of course not. Damn. Well, then we'll just have to do this the difficult way. See? Warps you straight the hell out of the sea moth. I was gonna try and bump into him, encourage him to leave. Yeah. Get lost. Out here and repair the sea moth real quick. So while he's teleported away, what we're going to do is leave. We'll take our knife and we will cut. Oh man. Oh, come on. Damn, warper came back and killed me. I died and lost some belongings. That's nice. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way. I'm all the way back at the submarine I was telling you about. Well, while we're here, why don't we take an unscheduled tour of the submarine? Turn our lights back on. As you can see, we have a beautiful view, which becomes a whole lot more detailed when you turn it on. But I've got my modification station here, got some storage. You can dock the sea moth or the exosuit in here if you want to truck it around. I do bring a cell charger just in case. I've got battery charger, fabricator, life kit, which by the way we need a new life kit. Oh, and as you can see, I've also got an indoor grow bed with some marble melons. Yes, you can grow above ground plants. They are out there, and I'm not going to spoil it for you as to where to find them. I'll do that in a separate video. But these are really great both for food and for water. And we lost a whole lot of progress there. Oh, that ticks me off. Just gonna go ahead and eat up here. And again, the reason why I'm hitting the plants is because you collect their seeds and then you put them in the grow bed. And we will do a similar thing for the deep shroom and the blood oil. Am I going to take the Cyclops out there to retrieve our ship? I am frightened to do so. I don't know that we would make it back. Where the heck did I leave this thing anyway? See, we are almost 1,800 meters out from where we were. But our ship is still there, the sea moth is still there. I'm tempted to try and take the Cyclops over. Why don't we? We have a beacon to follow, so why don't we try it? I hate piloting this thing because it is, aside from the power issues, it is not easy to steer, not like the sea moth at all. As you can see, once you are piloting, you get all kinds of holographic displays. You can do cameras to see from different parts of the ship. And you can rig for silent running in case you do not want to be heard by something like a Reaper Leviathan that will tear the ship apart. We got 84% power. Let's try it. If we don't make it, well, hey, there's always next episode. And you got 3 speeds here. You're gonna burn your batteries really quickly if you always go at top speed, so we're not. And here we go. Actually, you know what? Well, I don't know. You can see how much noise you're making there, as well as your hull status. And over here you can rig for silent running. You got your cameras. If you have a distraction torpedo, you can launch it from here, and it will, as the name suggests, distract whatever's around you. And up here you can see your depth. On the left is how deep under you are, on the right is the maximum. You can enhance that, of course. We don't have any enhancements yet for this thing. I think I'm nuts for taking it over here. And you know what? Well, that's one of my moon pools down there. Unfortunately, that's not my home base, so can't recharge there. I'll show you the camera. See? It's just the moon pool. That's the first one I built, and I realized, no, I don't want to build there. %, we're not doing too badly. So let's speed up a little. Making a lot of noise, but that's okay. There's nothing out here that we were really worried about. Engine overheat. Let's let the engines cool off. Give a moment. Okay. You really want to stay up in the shallows until you get out into a deeper region with this, because you can get hull breaches and water will begin to flood the ship. You have to hit those breaches with your repair tool, or you can have no oxygen in here. It will be full of water. I believe it will even cause it to sink. The same thing can happen to your base, but only really if you cause it, like if you run into it with your sea moth or something like that. Repair it the same way. So we're going to start going down now, in addition to ahead. Not going to go too far down because you can see we're above the mushroom forest. Okay, and our sea moth is here. Now let's turn off the engines. Make sure you turn off the engines. It's a good way to conserve power. Now we're back where we were. Hopefully the damn warper's gone. Ordinarily this is a safe spot, it's much easier. We are going to collect some seeds from these mushrooms. I just heard him warp in. Damn you. There's the sea moth. It's right here. Bring the sea moth up here. As you can see, it will open up so that you can dock. Why am I docking? Well, for one, we need to eat. Oops, actually we're needing to go to storage. Actually, let's tour up here. Pardon the alarm in the background. Shut that off in just a second. And I keep my gemstones there, as you can see. Go ahead and just throw the titanium in there for now. We're going to throw our shrooms and the seeds in there. Grab another life pack. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Had to turn off that alarm so it wouldn't drive you all insane. And we're gonna go back down. Well, actually, you know what? Let's find a marble melon, eat. Put some seeds back. Always good to carry extra marble melon seeds just in case you eat too many of them and you run out. You don't want to run out of food. Let's see, how do I want to do this with that dumb warper around? I guess go back down to the sea moth. Unfortunately, you can't just cut them to pieces with that knife. But I am going to go a bit to the right here. You see, we got a lot of quartz down here, but what we are after is those red things. Those is the treasures of the deep. Our blood oil. And a ruby. That's a good find as well. Okay, we got 2 blood oils. They do take up a lot of space, so you're probably going to have to go back and store these. I want to scan that because that looks nice. I've not spent much time down in this area. What else was I looking for? Oh, right. I want to try and harvest some of these blood vines after I scan it. Let's see if I can... How much space do I have? Okay, not much space. Gonna go back to the sea moth here. See how much storage we have in the sea moth. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see if we can get them in. No. Not both of them anyway. But actually we don't need to. We're just going to try and get a sample of the blood vine that it grows from, so that we can farm that as well. There you go, it's blood oil. It's not what I want. You might have to go down underground to where the roots are, I think. Yeah, I think you have to find an underground section where the roots of those things are, and then you can harvest them, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Gonna bring these blood oils up to the Titan, since they take up so much space. By the way, it's actually called the Cyclops, but you can rename these ships whatever you want. I rename mine the Titan. Okay. So we've got seeds from the deep shrooms. We can farm those to our heart's content back at the base now. And we've got some blood oil. And that is going to allow us to make benzene and one other chemical, the name I forget. What is the name of that chemical? Polyaniline. You need benzene and polyaniline in order to make the upgrade, which improves the engine efficiency for the Cyclops. We're going to need to build a computer chip as well, which means we need copper, which I don't think I have any with me. Take a look. Oh, actually I do have copper, but I need 2 pieces of it is the thing. And I bet you I'm not going to have that other piece of copper. Nope. Damn. Well, I'm going to stream again shortly here. After I build this upgrade, which is just going to be dull for you guys to watch because I'll be hunting forever for copper. But hey, I showed you an interesting adventure into one of the deeper areas using our new vessel, the Titan, normally called the Cyclops. And we saw some blood oil and some deep shrooms. Both of them are very, very important crafting materials. And spoiler alert, next time around, when I pick up the video, probably in a little while here after I have some dinner, we are going to go to the Aurora, the ship that we crashed in. And we're gonna find and see some interesting things. So if you do not want to be spoiled, do not watch the next episode. But I hope you do. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This has been JT with Legacy Art Games, and I will see you, I think, shortly. Bye-bye.